This is the website for the Department of State, which is famously known as Foreign Affairs Manual, directed to the public information. The website is fam.state.gov. FAM, FAM stands for, if you look on the website here, FAM stands for Foreign Affairs Manual. That is that website. And here it says United States or US Department of State Foreign Affairs Manual Public. So this Foreign Affairs Manual and the associated handbooks, which are called Foreign Affairs Handbooks. So both of these, they stand as single comprehensive and authoritative source for the department's organizational structure, policies, and procedures that govern the operations of the Department of State, Foreign Service, and when applicable, other agencies. So this, which is going to be written here, is official policy, official directive, and procedure of the Department of State. In this manual, on this government website, is where they already explained that officially passport requirement will no longer be applicable. Remember, before the year 2019, in October 2019, when the application for the DV2024, before that one, passport was not a requirement to apply for the DV lottery. Then they introduced the DV lottery application to require passport from October 2019, which is the DV2021, DV2022, and DV2023. So this requirement, if you look at the instruction for the DV2022, there was a passport requirement. So this requirement required people to have a valid and expired passport, just to add a security to protect your entry. That's what they say. This is for the main applicant. Then, if you don't have the passport, there was exemption. This exemption, many people didn't have those one. You need to be either stateless or coming from a communist-controlled country, or unable to, and then you are coming, you have the exemption from the waiver. But all these were difficult for many people. Some people, they don't get the passport because it was expensive, or it was difficult to delay in your country. And they say here, delay in obtaining the passport doesn't, or you out of your control, does not qualify for an exemption and will be ineligible. So it was difficult. So among the reasons to be denied the visa was for people who applied without a passport, or people lied they have exemption, which they didn't qualify for that. So people went to the court, and after going to the court, they won the case. When they won the case, Department of State had to change their policy. So this is what, let me show. So this one, if you look the fam.state.gov, in this section, which is unclassified, it is open to the public, they explain everything. Remember, this manual was published on February. In US, we start with the month, then date, then year. So it was February 18, 2022. So on this one, they explain everything about the DV lottery, the visa immigrants overview, eligibility, everything you need to know. Then there is the part of the passport as requirement. This one. So I'm going to zoom so that you can be able to see properly. What does that say? It says passport requirement, starting with the entrance in DV2021, meaning the DV which is open for entry registration in October 2019. Each DV entry was required to include the passport number, country or authority of insurance, and expiration date for the principal entrants valid unexpired passport, or you must be qualified for passport exemption. In February 2022, a federal district court vacated the regulation that provided the basis for this requirement. If you encounter applicants, so this is a direction, this is Department of States is directing all embassies and consulates around the world. If you encounter applicants from the DV2021 through the DV2023 program years who did not list passport information, or you put your wrong passport information, or you put a waiver which you don't qualify for the waiver. So they say if you encounter any DV lottery, DV2021 through 2023, who did not list valid passport information on their DV program entry, or had a change in passport numbers provided between the time of the DV entry and the visa application, or there was a claimed exemption on the entry form, you should not consider that information at all, or it's no longer legally relevant to the applicant's eligibility. Meaning, don't use that information. That is this you who applied? Is this your passport? Did you put the wrong passport? Did you miss a date on the expiration date, or you put the wrong date of passport? There are some people put a fake number just because they didn't have the passport. So those information will not be used. So there will be any denial of any person using a passport requirement. And that means the V Lottery 2024, they are also going to reflect the regulation according to the government, meaning there will be no passport requirement. So it says here, you should not consider that information at all, as it is no longer legally relevant to the applicant's eligibility. So passport requirement is no longer required. It's official. If you have any question, contact the attorney, advisor, legal advisor for the Department of State. Like this, remember, is directives within that one. So no passport requirement is applicable, even for the people. So if you are denied the visa, you can claim for the DV2021, the DV2022 for the passport requirement. But the DV2023, you are good to go. If you put your wrong passport, if you said you have a waiver, even if you don't qualify, they are not going to look at that information. And this information is a good news for the DV2024. You are no longer required to submit any information about passport. So for that particular case, no passport requirement at all. So that is something I want to make sure that you understand. For that particular case, you are good to go. If you don't have the passport, apply. You have a passport, apply. So how the form will look like? The form will look like previous applications where the people were supposed to apply without a passport. So that is something which we need to make sure that you understand. There was no passport requirement, but if you are supposed to have, the form will be like before. Let me quickly show you the form before the passport requirement. So the form, that passport requirement will be removed from the application. So that is something which is no longer required at all to apply the DV lottery. So make sure that you and your spouse apply if you are married. So there is no requirement for the passport. For that particular case, you are good to go, meaning you'll be not having any problem at all to apply for the DV lottery. I want to show you the form which doesn't require passport. How does that form look like? It will look like this one. This is the form without the passport requirement. It will look like. It will have just information the name, all this kind of information, everything like that way. So it was around here when in the country of eligibility there was a passport. There will be no passport. I'll come to explain this form in detail. So now you'll be good to go without a passport. If you have a child who is between the age of 17 and 20, before 21, despite of adding that child as your child, that person, because he will be at the age of high school, you can use the person to apply without, the person can also apply on their own as principal applicant. So you can apply as the child in the father section, a child in the mother section, and they can apply on their own as the principal applicant. They will have 3 chances of winning in that particular situation. So I'm so much excited to bring you that news, and I'm back again. Make sure you subscribe to the EBM Scholars. Make sure you go to subscribe to the EBM Swahili if we speak Swahili. For that particular case, we'll be able to have so much information. More videos about the DV lottery, DV2024, and upcoming requirements are on order to be there very soon. Until next time, this is EBM. Bye-bye.